Hello, how's it going today? Today we're test driving the 2019 Chevy Silverado Trail Bus Edition. We're here with Dale, my cameraman, Kaylor Maloney, the salesman, and thank you for letting me test drive this thing. You got lots of leg room back there, eh?
Oh yeah, there's lots.
You could easily fit something back there, no problem. Alright. Buckle up for safety. So, the new body style. This is going to be interesting. I bet you this truck will handle a heck of a lot more different than the old body style, eh? Or would you...
This one has a 2-inch lift on it as well from factory, so you know it's a little bit different. They are supposed to handle a little bit better as well.
Yeah. Make sure my mirrors are adjusted properly. There we go. Alright. Here we go. Same test drive route, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now, have you guys been told about how that new dynamic fuel management works?
You know, they have it similar to previous where they drop cylinders as well. But I haven't heard a whole lot about it yet. I haven't looked into it too much.
Oh, nice. The gas price went down to $1.07. So this truck already has 40 kilometers on it, so that's a start. Oh, did you already turn that off for me?
No.
Oh. Wait, so you don't have to turn that off every time? The auto start stop? Apparently not.
Before, yeah.
Good. I'll leave it off because I don't really like that. Oh yeah, nice and smooth. Everybody's probably wondering, what the heck is this? Oh yeah, nice comfortable seat. Real step up from what the first generation had. So as I'm giving my driving impressions of the 2019 Silverado, I have to say so far it's riding pretty decent. I mean, for a brand new truck, it should run pretty nicely, or ride pretty nicely, I should say. Ooh, nice purr there. Sure handles pretty good. Not getting any steering wheel jerk, so that's pretty good. I don't like too much feedback through a steering wheel. Nice and quiet in the cab. Quieter than my truck, so if I was talking on my speakerphone without using the Bluetooth, I could hear her very well. I asked my buddy down in Louisville, Kentucky, what these are going for down there, and he said about 55. I was saying, oh, okay, because I said the sticker's not on it yet.
It's 65.
Yeah. This one's 65?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be like adding, so like just like 55 in the States, whereas Canada would be like 65.
It'd be about the same.
Yeah, okay. It's just what's the word I'm looking for?
The exchange rate.
Yeah, the exchange rate. Yeah, because I figured with the exchange rate, well, it's going to be about $65,000, and for $65,000, I mean, I would pay 65. I mean, I would and I wouldn't. But it is what it is. When you go and buy a vehicle, you like it or you don't like it. And so far, I'm liking it pretty nicely. It does cruise very nicely, though. And I gotta drop a gear here after this guy goes. Very nice. This is the 8-speed transmission, right?
Yes.
Okay. I feel. Yeah, let's not break the speed limit too much. It does pretty nice. It does.
Smooth ride.
Yeah, it does. It's downshift smooth. Like you can feel it saying, okay, one more, and then it goes. So if you're really wanting to get up on the highway with this thing, you sure can do it, no problem. Really like how everything is with this truck. You know, you got your infotainment system. You know, nice buttons. Everyone kind of complain. I've heard some people complain about how the buttons are on these trucks, but I find that the buttons are just fine. Getting onto the road here again. Oh yeah, she moves.
You can't even tell either.
No. Kind of like unlike my truck, when you drop, because the way that the 4-speed drops a gear or downshifts and everything, when you feel a downshift, you know you've downshifted, but because it has such a high axle ratio, 410 posi track, it just takes right off. Whereas what would you say this truck likely has, a 342 or 323?
I'm not too sure. I haven't seen too much on it. I haven't looked at the build yet.
Yeah. Well, they don't really have anything on the window sticker, right? It's just the factory.
It's pretty limited.
Yeah. It would be nice if they did show what's all on the truck for equipment and everything. So
They eventually will once they
yeah.
kind of get it.
Yeah, I really like how it's just too bad I couldn't take this thing off-road. You know, I wish GM would bring one of those what they did a couple years ago with the 3rd generation trucks. They had like a little off-road course you could drive around by Portage or something. They had something like that, I heard. I was testing out the new Sierra and different things. My friend told me about it, and I'm like, oh man, I would have loved to have gone. But I mean, I'm liking it. I'm liking how this cruises. So that I can choose a different mode here on the side, right? Sport mode. So the little checker flag there is the sport. There's a sport mode. So let's see what this thing can do in sport mode. And then if I was to turn it to the left, I get tow haul mode. Oh, listen to that exhaust sing. Very nice brakes. I'm still wondering what people's reactions are to this truck.
Very nice truck.
Oh yeah. How's that passenger seat there?
Doing very well.
I see you got the heated seats on.
Oh yeah, we got to test those out.
Put it through its paces. If I had one dream job, it would be test driving all the new GM trucks before they leave on to go to the dealers. I would make sure that they're good to go. See down here, it's nice that you can have your climate control. It's just like 25, 24, 25. It's not bad. And it's dual climate zone. So over here I can have, let's say you wanted your air conditioning slightly cooler or your heat slightly hotter. Well, it's gonna blow warmer over to you, or to me, it's gonna blow a little cooler. So you don't get that. When you have the heat cranked, you don't get that one person, oh, I'm getting a dried up nose, you know, I can't breathe. Versus now, you can have it nice and warm, I can have it fairly warm. That's usually how those dual climate zones work, right? Yep. And so pressing the sink makes them both the same temperature. I really like how that exhaust growls. For stock exhaust, that's pretty nice. We're getting some looks from people. They're wondering, is that the new Chevy? It's kind of funny, actually. So now, hey, you're not supposed to do that. Oh, auto stop on, auto stop off.
You would honestly think with that auto starting off and on, you would honestly think they would take out your starter after a while.
Yeah. Well, and that's one thing with, like, you know, from a mechanical standpoint, me wanting to become a GM mechanic, you wanna think about, is that going to hinder my vehicle or is it gonna help my vehicle? You know, they say that the fuel savings is actually pretty minimal. Should I go for another lap with it, or?
I mean, how much gas there's left in it?
Quarter tank.
Go another one.
Yeah, I'll go for another one. Just kind of get more of a feel for this truck, because I'm gonna compare it to the first gen Silverado more. Feels very smooth in sport mode. Sport mode probably makes that exhaust sing a little more. I like how nice and tall we sit up, though.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna scroll through. Oh, hey, look, there's a heated steering wheel. Never experienced that before.
Well, you wouldn't in an old truck, you wouldn't.
Well, yeah. If you had a heated steering wheel, I'd be interested in finding out how that works. Sings for you. I like how it does. Taking sport mode off. It doesn't quite sing as much. It doesn't quite sing as much with sport mode off. So it must be like an active exhaust inside of there. I even feel the truck shift the transmission into more of a get up and go gear than just leaving it in, say, the rest of the overdrive gears.
If you want to turn right here, you can go this way and out to the highway as well.
Okay. Just saves me some more time?
Yeah. in the same spot there.
pretty much. Person starting. Yeah, that does. I like that. I'd keep my truck in sport mode all the time. I like how that exhaust is singing back there. Oh yeah, we got a school zone coming up. All right, well, it's 5:30?
Yeah.
Yeah. So another thing with your trailering, you can do like different trailering tests and stuff like that, but we won't focus on that because we don't have a trailer to hook up. I know I'm not talking much on the video, but I'm just enjoying the ride of this truck and how it's handling and everything. And if this trail bus did have that dynamic fuel management, I really haven't felt it. If I felt it, it's probably just me thinking, oh, AFM's kicked in or something like that. Keeping it in sport mode probably keeps it out of dynamic fuel mode, right? Yeah. So that's a nice thing about it. Just smooth cruising. Even on a road that's a little bit bumpier, you wouldn't think a truck that's lifted usually has a good ride quality, but with this truck, I like it. It's nice. Get some curves going through here. See how we do. Not very steep turns, but a little bit of lean. Nothing more than the normal. Feels nice to be in sport mode. I'd have to say I'd actually just prefer sport mode. I wonder how the RST handles with the 6.2. It's got a sport mode as well, dude. Have to try one of those when they start coming into the dealership. I'm really excited to see the rest of the 2019s, like even the work truck models. Like, I didn't mind the look of them either. I was like, hey, At first, when I looked at the Trail Boss, because they revealed the Trail Boss first, when I looked at it, I was like, well, I like it. At the front end, I knew would have to grow on me, but I knew at the same time I really like those work truck models too.
I don't know, to me, to look at Chevy vehicles, you can't really watch the videos. You have to just jump straight into them and go for a test drive.
Yeah, and that was the same with the Centennial and the third generation, the first revision there. I had to look at it in person. I said, I can't make a judgment just by looking at it on a video, because if you look at it on video, you're like, well, I don't know. You could say you don't like it, and then end up walking to the dealership to go look at other trucks and say, hey, that looks really beautiful. And when it came to the Centennial, I thought the paint color was just ugly. I'm like, come on, you guys could have picked a way better color for that. Then when I saw the truck in person, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a pretty truck. So, it is what it is. But even with everybody's opinion on saying that the truck, you know, looks ugly, like, come on, it'll grow on you. You know it will. So,
You're better off going to a Chevy dealership and just jump straight into a truck.
yeah, get a feel for it, understand how it's working for you. And one thing that when you're buying a new vehicle, if you've purchased the vehicle, you sit in it and you look over everything. You look over all your gauges and buttons, everything to press.
Whew. Sucks you back in the seat.
Oh yeah. I really like that growl. Putting on a good show for people. So, but you want to get familiarized with your vehicle before you drive it. And the best thing, and another good thing to do, is get out your owner's manual and kind of flip through it, like look at your fluid capacities, like your oil and your transmission fluid. Check for, you know, what kind of oil does it take, and then look on the door or something for your tire pressure, so you know your tire pressure. And you know, just general things that you should know. So if somebody asks you, oh, how do I get to the main menu screen, if you're in your settings, and it's like, how do you get to the main menu screen? Oh, well, you just press this button. I mean, that's easy to figure out, because I've been in these trucks I've been in the been around the GM trucks for a while, so I know that that's the home button on the infotainment system. And here we are back at the dealerships again. Do you want me to park it right where we had it before? Or?
Yeah, just kind of how it was pulled up.
Okay. Bumpity bump. Very smooth.
So if you want to try and test drive a vehicle of 2019, come to your nearest dealership and they can definitely help you.
Yep. Especially Murray's. See Taylor at Murray's for it. Here I go backing it up. Check out the backup camera. There we go. Gotta make sure it's pulled away from the rocks so you can get out easily. Alright. I like this truck. I like the looks of it. I like how it drives. It's very comfortable. Nice big center console too. Boom. Look at that. Where do I sign the papers?
We can do that.
Oh man. Well, I'll tell you one interesting thing. One of my classmates and I, we're in automotive, and we made ourselves a deal. If we get good marks in our automotive class and pass and get our accreditation, we're going to buy ourselves new vehicles.
There you go.
And come to see him.
Yep.
He will help you and hook you up with any vehicle you're looking for.
Yep. Definitely.
All right. And that concludes the test drive today.